Dear one, have you ever thought of super volcanoes? We've had about 3 in the past in New Zealand, and they shatter the world when they take off. You know, you don't just get a year without a summer, you get no summers for several years. You get wipe out of forms of life on the planet, across the whole planet, on a horrific scale, a sort of night of nights. Doesn't bear thinking of, dear one. But can you now just think deeper than volcanoes on the continents, but a super volcano erupting in the ocean, like the Pacific Ocean, say? Have you any idea what tidal wave that causes? It's not something that, hits your beach and goes inland half a mile, especially where the land is flat. We're talking about super volcanic tidal wave. I mean, that brings devastation inland and inland and inland. Whether it's I don't know where, perhaps it was Indian or Pacific Oceans. And perhaps there wasn't just one, it's been happening many times like supervolcanoes in Earth's history. And it sweeps all before it. It carries with it, well, for instance, the black earth of southern Asia into Siberia even, and leaves for us this extraordinary black earth covering the countryside. A richness that couldn't possibly have come from the climate that we think of for Siberia. And it's just laying on top of everything that was before. The tree is instantly preserved in its blackness. Is it birch trees? I'm not sure. Whatever they are. Utterly preserved. In other words, it happened in a moment of time. Civilization was as paper before it. Obliterated, just like that. Okay, some sort of survival on high ground. Yeah. It's not easy to wipe out all of mankind. But you can get most of them. Goodness, just rising seas would take most of our big cities now, wouldn't they? those on the estuaries and low-lying land, which is where we built them. You think Venice was built in the water? Are you mad? It was dry land when they built it. Has the sea risen or the land sunk? I don't know, but half of the building is down there in the mud and the water underneath. You're entering on the second, third and fourth floors. Wow. That's bizarre, isn't it? Do you think you build doorways at water level? Do you think those basements were built into the water? Well, they're rooms that are not used. They're just holding up what's above. How have these foundations for Tartarian-based bridges and buildings so deep? They go down to the bedrock. We don't do that. We just go down far enough to hold up our buildings long enough. But they're not. You're building a bridge in North America back in the, what does it say, 19th century, I don't know. And they say, oh, well, the foundations are already there. And they seem sound enough. Sound enough when you check them with modern technology. They're unbelievably sound. They go down and down and down. Stone. Very strange stone too. What it's made of. And I do mean made. I mean handmade. Man-made. There's something very strange about this stuff. More things in heaven and earth than you or I have ever dreamed of, dear one. I mean, you don't have to have any of this religious nonsense, just serious, scientific looking at things. What is this? We thought the past was primitive. It may well have been. Doesn't mean to say that before that it wasn't. Again and again. Atlantis. How many before that? Lemuria, and so on. Myth, fable, fanciful imagination. Thank you, Heavenly Dad.